Alrighty then, now that all of our tournament and special events are officially done and we've basically showcased all of the mainstream content in the game itself, we are now going to move over to the cheat codes of this game that I was able to do some research on and see what was available. I should also mention I have a piece of gum in my mouth because I am trying to think about this properly. So we need to head down to username, and officially we've got a couple of things to showcase here in terms of the wordings we have. So the first cheat code I'm going to type in of the bunch will officially be this: Flash. And of course, sadly however, with the cheats we cannot save the game. But that's officially what happens when you activate the cheats in this game. And if I type in Hot Rod, we should also get another cheat activated if I'm not mistaken. Unless it needs to be all together. That could be what it is. Fortunately, however... Okay, hold on. Am I stupid? I might be stupid. Yeah, okay, I am stupid. Okay. And I'm also going to showcase this as well, because I've heard we can get extra cars from doing this. And got one more cheat code to show off here, and that is this: Whirly. So that's our 4 cheat codes we have just activated. Now Flash unlocks the Phantom car, which is the car we win from completing all the tournament events, and Hot Rod unlocks the Titan, which is the bonus car we won from completing all the special events. There's also numerous other cheats we can showcase here, but these are just some of the main ones. Of course, once the cheats have been activated, you cannot save the game, sadly, for some reason. I've also turned all the options that were on previously off, and ultimately, actually on second thoughts, I should head over to Hot Pursuit first and just check to see if we do unlock any other cars. I do want to check this out whilst I'm here, because I am trying to make sure I understand what this is. So, do we unlock any more cars? Let's have a look. Okay. Just checking to be sure. Unless it's just the cars we're already familiar with. That could be what it is. Unless it's just the police cars in their different variants. That could also be the case. Yeah, that's basically all these really are. It's just the cars available to us with their different paint schemes. That's basically what these are. Yeah. I think it just permits us the allowance of just using the other cars. But anyway. So, you know, there is that. So, I think that's pretty much cleared one thing up. And now, I'm going to do a showcase lap with each of the cars that we unlocked throughout the game. And I'm also going to head over to a track that's not going to take me too long to showcase the cars we unlocked. And that's why I'm heading over to Raceway 2. So, I think the best place for me to start is basically to showcase the Phantom. And this is probably the best place for me to do it, so that's literally what I'm doing. I am showcasing the Phantom, first and foremost, because this is the car we unlocked from completing tournament mode. So, showing off the Phantom first, because I figured this was a reasonable place to start.
3, 2, 1, go!
And then I can get down to showcasing the other cheat codes we have available to us from the buttons on the controller that we need to press. I'm basically just doing one lap here for each of the bonus cars. I'm not going to let this thing go to its full length. Excuse me. Just basically showcasing the bonus cars we obtained. I'll also be showing off the Pro Cup models that we got from completing both the one make events with the Corvette and the 911. The Porsche 911, I mean. Because, yeah. Anyway. This thing has an incredible amount of grip, by the way. Oh, okay. Well, I guess whilst I'm here, I might as well give this thing an appropriate send-off, even though it is going to be a DNF. But either way, I don't care because, well, I'm just here to have fun. Okay, anyways. Exiting. And got a DNF result, but to be completely honest, I don't care because the game is not going to save as a result of me activating the cheat codes. Although one thing that does interest me is knowing if there is any extra variants of the Caprice. I know I might be a bit picky with this one, but I am checking to be sure, because I want to check and see if there is any other paint schemes with the Caprice, now that I think about it. Unless it's been deactivated because of the cheat codes, that could also be the case. Yeah, it must have been deactivated because of the cheat codes. Unless it's somewhere in here. Oh, here it is. And are there any other models? No, there aren't. Okay, so it's just one model of Caprice, that's all it is. Okay, I understand now. Anyways, back to our showcase cars. And next one I'm going to showcase as I head back over to Raceway 2, because I know it's not going to take too long for me to give these vehicles a lap or so. Next thing I'm going to show off is the Titan, because I figured it would just be easier for me to get the, you know, special cars out the way first, and then I can just move on to the Pro Cup models afterwards. So this is the Titan. It is the car we win from completing all of the special events. I can definitely say this thing has a lot of wheel spin, and it doesn't handle quite as well as the Phantom. Kind of the sort of thing I'd be expecting from a car that's essentially a Hot Wheels car, but it's production model size. And to be completely honest, this thing handles okay, in my opinion. Even though I am doing this on a separately saved profile to the one I originally had. But you know. As in, after restarting the game, I basically just went through all the events I did before again. And I also sold the Camaro simply because, well, the Camaro was providing me with too much bad luck, because every time I tried to do the open road knockout challenge with the Camaro, the game crashed on me. So that was basically the main reason why I sold it and got the BMW instead. If you want to know that little backstory.
It's the final lap!
Anyways, just gonna find somewhere to park this thing, because I know how exceptionally good looking this thing really is. Or I could just park it somewhere on the road. You know what? Fuck it. I am gonna finish my run with the Titan. Regardless of how mediocre this run basically is, I am going to finish it. After thinking again about my options. I think I will finish my run with the Titan, just because I want to get a complete run. But I don't think I'm gonna get any video evidence of this, because I want to get some evidence of the helicopter whilst I'm at it, because I want to. Anyways, whatever. It was mediocre, but at least I managed to finish the run, regardless of how mediocre it was. But you know, it's fine. So that's now...
Congratulations! You've got a top time for this track!
Oh, somehow I still set a time that was good enough for the top 8. Amazingly. By the way, this is not on my saved profile, because the cheat codes deactivate the saved profile. Anyways... I think it's now time for me to showcase the Pro Cup models now, whilst I'm here. And still going to Raceway 2, and where are they? Okay, so that's the Pro Cup Corvette. Is this the Pro Cup 911? Okay, it is. Well, I think I'll show off the Chevy first, because this is the car I won first time around. And I'm only going to do a full lap with both of these things, because, well, I don't want to waste too much time dilly-dallying with all of the cheat codes. Because there's a couple more things for me to show off as well, whilst I'm at it. Because, you know, I can do this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Yeah, I can definitely tell when this thing has been upgraded, because that's just how fast this thing is. I should probably also show off the control mechanisms we can use to activate the cheat codes as well. I was also meaning to check if there was any other paint schemes for the Caprice, but apparently there wasn't. I basically got all the paint schemes I can physically get in this game, and I also feel like I should show you the ropes around the other cheat codes we have available once I'm done with the Porsche. Okay, one lap. That's basically all I needed to do with the Corvette. And now I've just got to do one lap with the Pro Cup Porsche 911. And then once I'm done with that, I can officially get round to showing off the other cheat codes we have available. Because I can. So, go into Raceway 2, and where is it? Here it is. My Pro Cup Porsche 911, the one that I won from the Porsche Pro Cup one make thingy. You get the idea. So, you know. I also figured it was necessary for me to showcase these vehicles because I don't think anyone else has done so up to this point. So you know, I'm officially the first person to do this, technically speaking, from what I found out. But you know. There is that. $176 miles an hour into that corner. I can definitely say this thing would probably give the McLaren F1 GTR a run for its money in terms of how much speed it has. I reckon this thing could probably give the GT Racing prototypes a run for their money, because that's just how much faster this thing essentially is, or how much more grippier this thing essentially is. It could definitely give them a run for their money the way I see it. Anyway, first lap done. That's all I care about. Enough messing. Let's now showcase the other cheat codes whilst I'm here, because I can. So, the first of our cheat codes available to us, and I think I'll go to full grids just to show this off, and sure, let's do beginner, why not? And so, I think I'll head over to one of the street circuits for this. Sure, why not? Let's go to Route Adomf to show this off. And as for the car I'm going to use, well, the only cars we really have available to us are the cars we use throughout the game, so unless it's possible for me to head over to the car dealer and get another car. Actually, you know what? That's what I'm gonna do. I am gonna buy myself a Ferrari, I think. I'm gonna buy myself... yeah, let's do the Ferrari 550. Because why not? Also because, well, on this separate profile I did not use the Ferrari 550. So yeah, let's use this thing. And doesn't matter about the upgrade costs because I can easily afford those. So yeah, there is that. Anyways. Now, I need to press left, square and circle once the race mode has been... once the race button has been pressed. And I basically need to keep a hold of the left D-pad button with square and circle until the track is loaded for this cheat to officially be activated. And I think if I'm not mistaken, this should probably also cause the AI to fly up into the air, I think, if I'm not mistaken. So just holding down these three buttons, and I do hope it works. We shall wait and see what happens.
2, 1, go!
Of course, I am going to follow the AI whilst I do this, because I want to try and see if this cheat code works. And yep, I can definitely say it does work. Try it again. Oh, it didn't work with the Corvette. Okay, I was not able to get that thing up into the air. Well, I think I've managed to prove it can work once. So, you know, that's basically all the evidence I need. And don't really care about the race results because I know they're not going to be saved. It's whatever, really. So, I have proven the heavy car cheat does work, even though I did not do a very good job of it, but either way, I have proven it works because I moved the AI out of the way. Because, well, I moved one of the AI out of the way, so... Heading over to this place again, and ultimately the next cheat code we have is Blurry Drunk mode, or so it's called, and I think the car I'm going to use to showcase this yeah, why not? Let's use the BMW. Yeah, why not? Let's use the BMW. Okay, you know what? The two previous cheats I entered, I don't think they're going to play ball, so I'm just going to ignore them. So, I think the final cheat I'm now going to show off whilst I'm here, and yes, I am going to do this on solo because, well, I want to. Let's head over to Durham Road for me to showcase the final cheat code of this game officially, and there should also be another one if I'm not mistaken after doing some further research. So the car I'm going to use for this, since I reset the game and I'm basically back to the cars I drove in the game before, I'm going to drive... no, not the McLaren. Let's drive... yeah, why not? Let's drive the Jag. And I think in order for me to activate this cheat code, I need to press up, triangle, and X. So I need to press the up D-pad button with triangle and then X. And if I'm not mistaken, this should activate the cockpit view, which basically changes over from the bumper view. I will check this to be sure, but I think I'm doing this correctly. And it also says if I press the up D-pad button on the... let's see what happens here.
3, 2, 1, go!
Okay, that did not work either. Unless I'm doing it wrong, in which case I could be doing it wrong. Okay, do bear with me a moment. I am trying to figure this out. What it takes for me to get the cockpit view working. I will figure this out. I'm just currently in a precarious situation. My situation at the moment is quite precarious. Right, so I think I need to press all the buttons at the same time. Okay, so trying this again, because I am willing to see if this does work. I'm pretty sure it is one of the cheats available. It should give me the cockpit view if I'm doing this correctly. Although I'm not sure if it either will or won't default to the cockpit view, but anyway, we'll wait and see. I am prepared to give this at least a few tries to see if it works. And yep, it does work. We now have the interior view of this thing, and it's even cooler because I am doing this in a Jag. Oh, okay. And I just crashed. And apparently there might be, there's no rear view, but anyway. So this is the cockpit view. Of course, I just decided to use the Jag as an example of this. To some of you it might be useless, but to others you could find this to be very useful if you want to get a look at your interior view in style. And also to have a look at your guy inside the car who is basically just driving and wearing a suit. And I just wrecked myself again. But anyway, yeah, this is the interior view, and I think if I press up whilst I'm driving, it should also activate the turbo as well. Okay, press up whilst driving. Okay, I don't think it's giving me the turbo, but I am trying at least to see if it'll work, because I want to try, damn it. Even though this probably isn't
It's the final lap.
Even though this probably isn't the best place for me to showcase this car. And that's a bus. Oh, I am going the wrong way. I didn't think there was any turbo mode, you know, because I'm trying this multiple times to see if it'll work, but I don't think it is working. It only says to do it whilst driving, but it's not really doing anything at the moment, so it could just be me. You know what? Fuck it. I'm not going to take this any further than I have done. It's not worth it. Anyway. So that was the cockpit view. Sadly, however, I was not able to activate the turbo. But that's okay, because there is only one more thing we need to do in this game anyway. And that one last thing we need to do is showcase the helicopter. So, gonna head to test drive mode, and I think the track I'm gonna go to this time will basically be the track where I ended Hot Pursuit, and that's gonna be Celtic Ruins. Officially, our final track in the game, officially where we will now be driving our final vehicle showcase in this game, and that is the police helicopter. Because why not? So, this is the vehicle we win from doing Hot Pursuit mode. But I really don't think there's going to be anything important about this.
3, 2, 1, go!
Except for me just saying this thing is a helicopter. But yeah, so once I'm done with this, I will basically give you my final thoughts on the game. At least the final thoughts I can think of with this game. I should also mention, this thing is massive in terms of its overall shape and size. That's better. Now I can actually see the chopper from a further away view than I did before. But yeah, this is the vehicle we unlock from finishing a Hot Pursuit run with the Diablo. And that's a car. I kind of knew that was going to happen eventually because, well, there's no way in test drive mode for me to deactivate the traffic, as in I cannot turn off the traffic. But yeah, anyway. This is me and my helicopter. The Jailbird 2000. And that car is wrecked. I'm also pretty sure those glowing red things I just saw there were the tail lights. Or what was left of the tail lights by the time that vehicle crashed. I'm going to assume it must have been a big one as well. But you know. Anyway. So yeah. That's pretty much gonna do it for Need for Speed High Stakes, and then once I'm done with this, I will be getting myself a replay shot and also offering my final thoughts on the game, since we are now done with this game officially. And I've completed a full lap of Celtic Ruins in 2 minutes and 36 seconds. Okay, so that was a full lap with the...
3, 2, 1, go!
So that was a full lap with the Jailbird 2000 helicopter, also known as the police helicopter. And that will now conclude Need for Speed Road Challenge. So, to be completely honest, it's amazing with how much progress a company such as EA can make in the space of less than a year, and basically to prove itself as making even better games as the years go along. And I do think this game, heading into the new millennium at the time, certainly gave EA some good momentum by the time 2000 came around, because there would be one more game that they would release for the PlayStation 1, and then after that they would move on to the PlayStation 2 releases. So Porsche Unleashed will officially be the final game of the PlayStation 1 installments in the Need for Speed series, and then after that game, of course, Black Box would take over development, and ultimately the company itself would give us arguably some of the best games in the Need for Speed series. But as for this game, well, In terms of the issues I think it has, well, the first issue is the amount of money you get from the knockout races. Because I can assure you, when you're in grinding wars of attrition, where you're basically in a game of damage limitation, I think the players should be rewarded more money for the knockout races, and then you're basically not having to put it all down to damage limitation, depending on how much money you win or lose. Now that's one issue. The other issue I can say this game has is the timing infrastructure of the seconds you gain during hot pursuit mode. Now this probably isn't an issue when it comes to beginner or intermediate, but either way, it's a problem I've noticed, because when you're doing this on expert mode, on certain tracks you really do tend to struggle with the reduced amount of time gained you get for basically every speeder you stop. But aside from this, I think altogether this is a good game. It does have its fair share of challenges, and it's fair to say it certainly challenged me in certain areas, but overall, I still think it's a good game. You know, good cars, mostly good tracks, plenty of variety, and another thing I especially like about this game is that, well, you get stripe finals when you put upgrades on these cars. So, a lot of nuances came into this game, and ironically, many Need for Speed games after this one would use a lot of those features. Except for saying we would not get to see the return of the police chopper, which I think is a shame. But either way, yeah. I still think this is a good game. It is worth playing at least once in your life. Getting a copy of this game will, of course, be rare on the PS1 because, well, when I first bought this game off eBay, it was not cheap. I had to pay somewhere in the region of 30 quid to actually get this game off eBay, and that was nothing compared to the amount of money I would be paying on Amazon for a copy of this game, because that was at least double the price. But yeah, anyways. So, if you can manage to find a copy of this game somewhere, whether it's online or at your nearest retro game store, then I do recommend you give this game a go. But yeah, that's about all I've got. So, one game remains in the PS1 installments, and as I said before, that is Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed, and as I'm just reaching for a copy of the game now off the shelf above me, this is the game that will be coming next. So, Need for Speed Porsche Unleashed will officially be our next game in the series. So, that will be coming up next. But, for this game, however, I would just like to say, even though it took me a bit longer than it normally would for me to complete this game, a massive thanks to everyone for watching. Deep appreciation as always to everyone who does keep up with my channel regularly. And you know, you can always do some of that cool stuff you kids normally tend to do if you like someone else's video content. You know the drill. Like, comment, subscribe if you want to see more from this channel. If you do one of these things, it'll be greatly appreciated. And if you do all three of these things, I will literally send you a gold medal emoji. No lies or malice whatsoever, I will send you a gold medal emoji if you do all three of the things I just mentioned. But yeah. So, until next time, I'm Jordan Mustang 87 saying again, thanks for watching, and yeah, see you in Porsche Unleashed. Okay, bye.